Welcome back to Boxing Bonanza. I'm joined with Jay Harris, British champion, and Jay Scott, Brandon Scott, up and coming talent in Wales. How are you boys? You just finished up the food challenge, finished off with a hot chip challenge. How are you doing?
Could be better, but nice. The burner's settled down. If you hear funny noises coming from Brandon, he's making some right crazy noises.
I'm not speaking.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it went well. Good.
No, it didn't go well. It's been everything but well.
It went horrid. It was not good.
Yeah, it was hard. But Jay, it's been a long time since I spoke to you both boys. It was way before the last time you was out against Tommy Frank, winning a British title, Jay. How's it been being a new champion?
Do you know what? It's been really, really good. We had a good fight. Actually, great fight as it was. But since then, it's just gone back to normal pretty much. Just waiting for the next fight now. Since being the British champion, it's been great. It's nice because it kind of cemented my place in history a little bit now, and to win it the same as my old man, it's even better, I think.
What was his emotions when he won?
My dad.
Did it bring it all back to him as well?
Yeah, he loved it. He did. He was over the moon after when they threw the towel in. I have a little screenshot of the picture. It's amazing. I'm on my knees and he's just screaming. It's crazy. I wish someone actually got that took the picture.
Yeah.
But I've asked everyone, the photographers and stuff up there, and none of them had that moment.
Yeah.
It's a great moment. It's like a frame sort of moment.
But it's a moment that you'll always have stuck in your head, even
absolutely.
if it's not on a camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brand, you were sat next to Jay by you now. He's a former European and Commonwealth current British champion. How does that motivate you?
Well, to be honest, I think I've got enough motivation in myself. I can get that chip challenge done. I don't think as much. No, but Jay, you think of what fights there are. Jay's done it all. He's boxed for a world title. I was actually there when he won the European title. He fought the Spanish guy. I don't remember his name.
Right, I
was there for that. I've been there for a lot of Jay's fights, so I've had the privilege to spar him a lot. So do you know when you have someone around you of that caliber, it's they say you're a product of your environment. So Jay's a great chap, so I can live up to be a great chap as well.
And you're on your way here now. You've just been signed with Matchroom. You made a hell of a scene to do it as well. It was great to see you getting all the social media coverage and stuff. How's your life been since? Because that kind of blew you up as soon as you started with Matchroom, and you weren't just the popular fighter in Wales anymore. You elevated yourself. How has it been?
I'd be lying if I said it was the same. I mean, I'm the same. I'm the same cheeky nerd, but life's a lot different in terms of the messages I get now. I've had to learn to develop or learn to deal with a lot of haters. I get a lot of hate. I get death threats sometimes.
Serious?
I swear to God, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I get death threats. People say don't want me to die. But I don't care about them. They're people just trolling. But what I do get a lot of, which I like, is I get a lot of young kids and people saying oh, I've got Tourette's. I was bullied. I've got this. I've got that, and they're saying how much I help them. So 10,000 of those bad messages won't mean as much to me as that one message mean, because that means I'm kind of helping people just by being me. My mouth. So that it does really mean a lot to me. But in terms of the boxing, nothing changes in that regard. I still, every fight I have, I look for a flaw in my performance and I look to get rid of the flaw, and in my next performance then I see another flaw, and I'm constantly trying to improve myself as a boxer. So I wouldn't say life's very different, but I'm not different.
I seen the interview before. You not retweeted, put on Instagram. You did. There's Eddie Hearn. Have you seen him? He's getting interviewed himself, and he's talking about Brandon Scott.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he says people will take it. People will either see Brandon and they love him, or they'll see him as a bit of a knob.
A knob. Jay definitely sees me as a knob.
When he said that, right, I was laughing my head off. But the people who see you as a knob are the jealous people. I think. Because people say I've had conversations with them. People say, oh, what do you? I know Brandon personally, so I know what he's about and how good he works, and he's always helping others and stuff like that. But with all the bravado he's got now, he's got to be able to back it up. And then people ask me, can he back it up? And the correct answer is yes, he can.
And he showed.
Yes, he can. And the best thing about it now, because you're with Eddie as well, he'll kind of nurture you a little bit, bring you up, and when the time is right, then you go, and then he becomes a star. Then. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because boxing isn't all rainbows and straightforward roads. You've had a loss yourself, Jake, couple now. After the loss against Hector Flores, it was right after the Sandoval loss. What kind of place was you there just before you had the British champion shot again, and then won and elevated yourself back into position? Right, so a little bit of so when I lost the Flores fight, it was well, absolutely my fault, but I believe I took that too much weight off. So when I normally fight 8 stone, I was fighting at 7'10", which I haven't really made since I was I don't know, 16. Yeah. So I did it again, jumped into it. But as I said to my old man and people like that, it's the opportunity arose, so I took it. Right, I did it. I did the weight anyway. But it did take a bit. And even in that fight, when I come back to the 5th round, where I told my old man after the fight, I was I wouldn't have cared if he pulled me out in that 5th round, because it just didn't give a shit. I was so knackered. Just knackered, yeah. And I was so I reevaluated the situation then after that, and I was right, what do I really do? Where do I go from here? But I was on the brink of just saying, do you know what, screw it. I was in a good place working and doing stuff, and then Josh John was come up for had a fight and he needed sparring, so he asked me if I wanted sparring. So I was oh yeah, go on, and I'll just have a go, see if I'll enjoy it. But when he come down, we had a good spar, and it ignited it a little bit. And I was do you know what? I actually still enjoy it. So I was I talked to Lee, talked to Gary, talked to my old man, and said it's not it, not yet. So they got me that warm up fight then in July, I think, down a warehouse or something like that. Yeah, that's that one, wasn't it? Packed that place out, was banging, and then we got the Frank one, and they said, look, we'll challenge for the British title. So that was it. And it was one of the first times I've actually enjoyed, apart from the Flores, when I hated training. Hated it. Hated going to the gym. I was do you know, because you're coming down so low. I remember some guy was trying to give me an interview, and he was telling me where to go on the bag, and my head was going. I was I'm trying to train. Piss off. I don't want to get a camera in my face. And down at 7'10", I'm I don't want this camera, sort of thing. But then when the pressure or whatever has been taken off, I just loving training all the time. Just when people didn't need, I was just training twice a day, just out of my own back, and I was just liking it again. But that must have made winning the title so much sweeter, though, that you was in that place, and then, like you said, the fire was lit again, and then you had the title shot, and then won the title. Oh, absolutely, mate. I was just all the emotions that, when I won it was through the roof, and I was just on cloud 9, obviously, and I just went through the roof. It was amazing. I messaged back home, and it was just unbelievable. It was. These are titles that you'll be looking to get yourself, Brand. How long do you think you'll be until you're into title contention?
Couple weeks.
Have you got any news for us? Are you allowed to give us some news, or?
I'm not supposed to say, but it sounds like November 6th -2 in a place that sounds like Conti Carlo. I didn't say it, did I?
It's not direct.
No, exactly. But I used to say all the time, I want to be British champion by the time I'm 21. I used to be British champion by the time I'm 21. I'm not saying I'm old and I'm mature now. What I have learned is I have to move correctly, not fast or not slow. My next fight, it's a good step up. So I'm taking the correct moves at the correct times. I'm not pushing myself to do something I can't do. I'm not pushing myself to make weights I can't make. But it's always going to be the right weight. It's always going to be the right opponent. You don't handpick your fights, do you? But you want to move forward appropriately. I'm not going to go calling out a Naui. now, but at the same time, I do say a lot that I believe in my ability, and I know I can get to that level when the time's right. So I have to not nurture myself, but I have to move correctly. And, you said about Jay winning all titles. Jay's won every title under the sun, isn't it? That British title.
Got the Triple Crown.
Yeah, you've got EBU. Have you got the Welsh?
I didn't fight for the Welsh. There was actually no one in my weight at the time, was it? It was just me.
Well, you got the European, you've got the British.
Commonwealth,
And the Commonwealth,
European, and British.
Yeah, those are massive belts. So I want to put myself around people as much as I can, whether it's sparring them or eating ridiculously hot chilies with them. But I just like I said, put myself around the right people, move myself forward at the right pace, and I'm very confident I'm going to get to where I need to get to.
When after you signed with Matchroom and stuff, I can imagine that kind of made you think way ahead and be really obviously supportive of yourself. What was Gavin Rees like? Was he trying to keep you grounded, or do you ground yourself?
Gavin's Gavin. Gavin will always be the same in any circumstance. He's just like, Matchroom, doesn't matter. He doesn't get. He's like, so the only difference is you're going to be punching someone in a matchroom ring. It don't mean shit. That's Gavin's mentality. Yeah. But you need someone with that mentality. You can't just have yes men around you. Yeah, that's great. Gavin will always tell you the truth. But like I said, when Gavin compliments you, it means twice as much then, because he's telling you the truth.
Absolutely.
He's not just blowing smoke up your arse. So Gavin's very much the same, whether I'm fighting in a leisure centre around the corner from my house, or whether I'm fighting in the O2 Arena in London. Gavin's like, look, you've got two hands, he's got two hands. You've got a head, he's got a head. You're fighting. That's the only thing that matters at the end of it. Doesn't matter who's watching, doesn't matter where it is. Fight to fight.
You and Gavin are kind of, when you think about it, complete opposites. Is that why you get along so well?
I don't know. I don't know how Gavin, see, all these gimmicks I do. Whenever I tell Gavin, whenever I tell Gavin the idea, he goes like this, you're not doing it. Gavin tells me all the time, he's like, you're not doing it, Brand. I'm like, I'm doing it, Gav. He's like, Brand, you're not doing that. I'm like, Gav, you're either be on this or you're not. I'm doing it.
You can imagine him, could you? So see Gavin, he's like
walking into the gym with his masks on and outfits.
But you know, I think it was my debut when I walked out as Darth Vader. Yeah. If you go back and watch the video, I'm walking out doing the strut, and Gavin's just behind me, and he's like this. he just looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's like, what have I got on my hands here? But I'm telling you, deep down, Gavin loves it. Loves it. It's all the fun. It's not just boring, is it? I guess. But it's just half the job is convincing Gavin to let me do it, or the gimmicks I do. But I love Gavin to death. People say styles make fights. People say certain people work for certain people. I think that works for trainers too. I think you can have a trainer that works for you. I think you can have you need people around you who are going to see who you are. Yeah. And with Gavin, I haven't got to put on a mask or pretend I'm not someone. I walk in the gym and I'm me. And believe it or not, I'm actually the calm one in my gym, which is crazy, when you think about it. But no, I love the team I have around me, man. Even down to Lee Eaton, who manages both me and Jay. He's a cool dude. He's my friend. I love Lee. I'll send him a meme sometimes. I'll just send him some shit. So, I got a great team around me. Yeah,
man. You're also into that yourself, Jay. All the Marvels and DCs and all stuff like that. What do you think about when you see Brandon coming out dressed as Spider-Man? And
well, this is right. So my daughter likes the cartoon version of Spider-Man, right? So I bought her one of the Spider outfits, right? But it's Ghost Spider. But she wanted me to dress up, so I bought the Miles Morales one, right? The spin one. So when he was going,
I have no idea what the difference is.
Basically, you got the Spider-Man, which is blue, red and blue. Spin is black and red, and then Ghost Spider is white, right? She's the girl, right? So I sent him a picture, and when he was going, said he was something to do with Spider-Man. So I sent him a picture of me and my daughter with the masks on, and he went like, right, think of this, he said. Next ring walk, he said, you both coming out with me. Straight up, he's like, I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah, but I would be dead serious though. I imagine
he messaged me before, right? He's like, on my next, how would you like to come out as a stormtrooper? I was like,
what the fuck? No!
I was like, no!
No, thank you. Like, I appreciate the offer, but...
how would you like to come out as a stormtrooper? So serious, stormtrooper. Like, No, no, I'm not coming.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for the
He's
offer.
saying no. Mark my words. I will do a Spider-Man ring with Jay Harris at one point in my career.
Cheers,
What about a walkout for yourself, Jay? We're going to get any news from you soon on the fight?
Look, we are trying to work on something. We were trying to get the Galal fight, is it? We were trying to get that.
All right, yeah. It's a good fight.
Yeah, it's an amazing fight. We were trying to get that, but we had a message and saying that he's going to be fighting in the US. So I think might be on the Sonny's card.
Yeah.
So we're going down the European route again. So we're gonna try and fight that Conor Butler. But it was contracted anyway. I gotta fight him. So, but where we gonna try and do it is enough. But I'm hoping it's gonna be like November time. That's what we're trying for anyway. But I want it this side of Christmas.
Great
Definitely.
stuff.
You win that fight, you'd be in contention for a world title again, then, wouldn't you?
Well, I'll be British European again, 2-time European.
That's
That'd be good, man.
What an achievement.
Be creating a legacy and son.
Yeah, you will.
Sonny is Sonny got one hell of a fight on his hands. What do you think about that one?
I think it's a great fight.
Hell of a fight.
Do you know what I like about it, right? Is that they're not shying away
No.
from each other. Like they don't care.
They're both very confident.
Sonny has always said like he wanted to fight Martinez, he wanted to fight Delakian. I was there when he sparred Delakian, remember? So I know that probably Delakian doesn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
For reasons being. And then you got like obviously Bam's not scared of no one either because he's, let's be honest, he's knocked out Rungers, right? And that's the thing in itself, innit? So this fight, even though like flyweight boxing has been slowly progressing, I think finally getting it's what it deserves. This one could put it on the map proper, I think. Well, Sonny's been doing a good job on his own, and Bam, like to be fair, they've been smashing it, haven't they?
I believe Bam is the future.
Yeah.
But Sonny is, at the moment, one of the most handed fighters
It's
in the
an
world.
hard one because you don't know which. Obviously, Sonny he'll just box.
Box.
Mate.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's the ultimate fighter versus the ultimate
The only
boxer.
way that is what's it going
Yeah.